Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm using a mic out here because it is super windy. Right now it's blowing about 17 mile an hour of wind and then up to about 30 mile an hour gust or so. And with that said, this video, guys, I want to share something with you. My buddy Darko over at CARM magazine sent me a prototype that I want to share with you. And this is a 25 cal 9-shot magazine prototype for the Venturi Avenger 25 caliber. As you see, it's already windy, and the reason why he sent me that prototype is because the Venturi is a different animal in 25 caliber. So let me show you why and show you some cool things about the 25 caliber in this video, guys, using this prototype magazine, and as to why it had to be custom made. So as always, hit that like button and subscribe below if you haven't already. I truly appreciate it. Keep watching. All right, so interesting fact, a lot of you may or may not know this, but the breech on the Venturi Avenger 25 cal is the same dimensions as the 22 caliber magazine. So you can see there, 22 caliber mag, and you could fit a 22 caliber magazine in here from the Venturi 22. You believe that? So what does that do? Well, that throws off a lot of things. You know, usually airgun manufacturers in the past have followed suit and used magazines that were copied off other rifles, and this one is way different. So if that's, with that said, this 25 cal magazine has the same dimensions as the 22 Marauder style magazine, guys. So I'm going to be doing some shooting today with my 25 at 50 yards just to test this magazine out and see how well we do. Again, with the wind being a factor, I don't know if it's going to be that big of a deal, but we'll find out. I have my Venturi Avenger 25 caliber set up at 2900 psi on the reg, and using the H&N Barracuda 31 grain pellets, and these are going 850 feet per second at the muzzle, and I'll be shooting off the bench, and hopefully that won't mess up anything. We'll see downrange. So I'm going to get to testing this magazine, taking about 5 shots, and see what happens, guys. Let's do it. Okay, 5 shots, 50 yards, 25 cal Avenger prototype mag from CARM, 2900 psi regulator pressure, 2 turns in from back all the way out on the hammer spring, H&N 31 grain pellet, going about 850 feet per second. Well, you've seen the first 5 shots out of the magazine, the prototype, through the side shot at 50 yards, guys, off the bag on the bench. So this time, I'm going to do something different. If you know what I've done in the past, you know that I could beat the wind, and I want to show you how I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to get in the prone position and get on the ground and shoot this Venturi Avenger 25 cal off the bags and see if we can tighten that group up a little bit, just to show you how good this tune is on my rifle. And I'll not only that, but test the magazine some more and break it in and see if anything changes. So let's check it out. Wow. Just one paper hole tear. Well, you could see there, you know, that one shot right there caught me off guard, but the rest of these can be covered with a dime. That is amazing. Out of the CARM mag, pretty close, outskirts of a dime there, about a 1/2 inch group. And that one flyer again caught me because the way the wind blowing at a 45 in my face, it caught the rifle and kicked it to the right, and you can see that the flyer is more to the right on this group here. So then I went down and shot 3 on the ground here, and you can see it's just tearing paper. The wind did not affect my shooting. You can watch my reticle, it was still as possible on the ground. You can see this one shot here, that was from a sighter. I didn't show you that on film, but the 3 here were one ragged hole. That is awesome. Again, less than a 1/2 inch group can be covered by a dime easily. So obviously, if the groups are almost identical and just a hair bigger, you know, because of me having to accommodate for the wind, not actually hold for the wind, those groups were both at the same distance from the center, from the aim to the shift, and I'll maybe make a video on that another time as to why they're both over left of the target. But back on the actual prototype magazine here, so a little issue, not that big of a deal that I've run into. These Barracuda pellets are so long and big that they're barely fitting in the magazine, and what that's causing is I can physically rotate this by hand. I can barely get it rotated, and what's causing that is once I get everything loaded up here, all 9 shots or even, you know, a couple shots, the spring is not strong enough because this pellet skirt is rubbing on the body on the inside. So these pellets obviously are just a hair too long for this magazine. Maybe the magazine could be modified a little bit better just to cut out a little bit of the body, but as of right now, this prototype is barely letting these pellets slide through, or I should say rotate, not slide. So smaller pellets, no problem. I'm sure the JSB air arms and all those that are a lot shorter 25 cal pellets, no problem. But these again are just those real oblong tip Barracuda pellets, and we all know in other guns they have to be used with a single shot tray, so not really complaining, but it could be probably modified once this hits the market. So this is a little interruption in the video here because I'm sure you guys are curious, and you know that the standard factory 25 cal mag that comes with this gun pretty much shoots all the poplar pellets, no problem. The H&N Barracudas function and feed, no problem. You know, the air arms, the JSB, all those pellets function in here, no problem. Well, like I mentioned, the CARM magazine with the H&N Barracudas, it did not want to rotate on its own while being in the breech here. I had to manually rotate it because the skirts were rubbing against the body of the mag. So what I have in the magazine now is Air Arms 25.4 grain Diabolo pellets. Just to show you, I got it loaded all the way up, but I just want to see, I'm going to take a couple shots to see if it actually rotates. So let's do it. Oh, rotated. Rotate again. So that's loaded all the way up. So the spring was under tension the most with all that weight to rotate all these pellets. So that worked. So next step, I have the magazine loaded all the way full with the JSB 33 grain King Heavy Mark IIs, 34 grain I should say. And I want to see if it rotates these. No problem. They went in, no rubbing. Rotating. No problem, guys. Wow. I think it's just the H&N Barracudas again on how long they are, rubbing the skirt, tail of the skirt right at the edge of this plate on the magazine on the inside. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. I hope I got you some good shooting clips even in this wind that's crazy today. And I hope Darko, you know, I appreciate Darko for sending me this magazine to prototype. You know, as again, it was different than any other air gun that's out there because it copied the same body of a magazine in a less of a caliber. Usually the, you know, dimensions change because of the caliber being bigger or smaller, but not this case. So as always, hit that like button, guys, and comment below and subscribe if you haven't already. I truly appreciate it, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks again for watching. I'm out.